clearing game as well.
At the X, Ross Prince for Georgetown. Adam Slager, number 3 for Marquette. Marquette wins there, rather Georgetown wins it. Quickly, Prince had a shot ricochet off the defender. Good job by Prince, the freshman from Penn Valley, Pennsylvania. 8 of 16 in faceoffs last time out. 6-12 faceoff percentage on the season. And now the first possession for the Golden Eagles.
It's a big swing right there, the ability to run that shot out so that Marquette gets possession. That went from looking like a quick early goal for Georgetown to now earn it over the course of what felt like multiple minutes, Brent. But that's a situation where it's got to be one shot and out if you're Marquette defensively.
So the Hoyas get the first, nearly 4 minutes in.
Jordan it out of the zone because bad things happen when offenses get second chance opportunities in front.
You nailed how key that possession was going to be, and now they scoop up another one. Good opportunity for their defense to rest, unless they get a really quick one. That one turned us.
Gets through, and a quality look for Marquette. A great response to kind of an unconventional start to this game.
The 9th for Westfall. 2-1 Marquette. Possession will go to Georgetown.
Season in the Big East when it comes to men's lacrosse. Seedings, I don't think really reflect who it's better necessarily over the course of a season. It's really who's got the juice that day. That's what's exciting about this weekend. Any of these 4 teams could win this tournament.
It's crazy to think the fine line as well. And we talked with first-year head coach Jake Richard for the Golden Eagles earlier this week about it, just how the tenor of this season completely has changed, really, with that 18-11. 3-2 Georgetown, 2:15 in the first. The second of the year for Lucas Tudemain. Their face-off win for Georgetown.
Opportunities, the metrics just do not reflect the team that would get an at-large if they were to lose, not just today, but on Saturday in the championship game. But I do think if they are to get in, they're a team that's capable of getting back to a quarterfinal, which they've done the last 2 seasons. And at that point, anything can really happen.
Opening possession of the second goes to Marquette. You and I were talking in the break.
They're just a benefactor of quality off-ball movement. Bayman head up, dodges. It's kind of a dodge and throw back. Sometimes the area you just left is the most vulnerable defensively, and smart play from Caesar, who's really carved out a nice role. He's played some attack. He's now part of kind of that rotational situation at the first midfield line.
Another face-off win for Georgetown. This time it's Matthew Riley who gets time along with Ross Prince, Wilson Van.
Story, what Joe Amplo did, basically taking that team from a parking lot to the NCAA tournament. And it's been down the last few years. And I think it's still fair to evaluate them as a new emerging program. I think Jake Richards is the perfect player slash coach to run it. New facilities on the way. I think they're going to continue to kind of try and own that area of the field. A timeout from Georgetown there off the face-off window. Hands-free opportunities to these Georgetown shooters because they've been one better over the course of this first quarter and a half.
6-2, 5:43 first half. And that's the dominance we talked about. Nearly 12 goals a game offensively, assists over 8, points over 20, shots 41.5, shots on goal second at nearly 25.
And if you look at the box score right now, it kind of reflects what they told us about this group. This is a team and a program that's
year for the junior from Maryland. 7 points now. Face-offs, Georgetown got the advantage, 7 of 10 so far, but it'll make it take an opportunity here for Marquette to regain some momentum.
Important time to start winning some face-offs. A little bit more juice. You don't have to get a 3 lead in a semifinal game in the Big East to keep their season alive, and their quote-unquote best player is scoreless, and they take it.
And he's had it on his stick a ton and hasn't tried to force anything.
Exactly. It's a great point. He knows his experience. They don't need him right now to be a guy who, to that offside high. Dream start for Georgetown.
He's the only solo captain they've had in program history, and you can see why. puts in all the extra work, leads by example, and a perfect guy to emulate, according to head coach Captain Warren. And in a game where his team led by
making his way off to sub on the offensive personnel, but he recognizes an advantage, stays on the field. Bayman finds him, and Franzian out of Oregon shows you he's got some offensive game as well. He had some stank on that one.
Senior from Portland with his third of the year, 8-3 Georgetown, 2 minutes into the second half. And now this really becomes an uphill battle for Marquette, especially since Georgetown has been in command for the most part at the X throughout this game.
The fact that Ross Prince Rapis able to step right in front, and a much needed goal from Marquette to stop the bleeding. Not sure it was the time and place for the 10-man if you're Georgetown, and maybe that's some of the communication or discussion, I should say, on that Georgetown sideline right now.
Wilson Van Buren and Chandler Caster at the X that time.
And a savvy player like Ray is going to be able to step in and finish.
Bayman with his 4th assist. He's got 2 goals as well, so a 6-point day for number 2. For the Hoyas, they lead 9-4.
I mean, 4 assists for a guy coming into this one that wasn't necessarily thought to be, you know, an elite feeder. He's been great at X all season, but this is next level.
Another chance there. Tried to get a quick one, but the pass never got through to Jack Ransom, and back over to Marquette.
This is their most complete team that I've ever seen, and they have everything necessary to make a Final Four run.
Best in the country. And they feel in that locker room like they can win not just the Patriot League, but the national championship, something we talked about last week. Face-off win. Prince again. Georgetown unable to keep it on the field to play back to Marquette here. James Carroll over there trying to save it, but Marquette gets it here. 5 at 5:01 in the third. See if they can get another quick possession here. Comes out of there. Marquette does get it. With Hayden Hiltz, freshman from Waterdown, Ontario in Canada. Another turnover, though. Georgetown is going to get it back. With Ty Banks.
Look at the speed on 17 and White.
Banks on the sprint, tried to bury that one, and it trickles in. What a play by Ty Banks. Another Canadian player from British Columbia, Coquitlam, a sophomore with his 2nd of the year.
This kid's special. He's wearing that 17 for a reason, made famous by Brody Merrill. Coming out, as you mentioned, British Columbia. He's been quiet today. No one's really tested him in terms of a matchup. When he gets the ball in his stick, he's electric. Can take it end to end. Great speed. So comfortable. Just watch him separate from defenders and then places this shot well. Any game you watch at Georgetown, there'll be one, if not two plays where 17 and White kind of makes you go, whoa. that was one of them.
One of them right there. See the face-off. Marquette is 7 of 18. We knew that would be pivotal here, and Georgetown has been able to have the advantage there. And coming out of it is George Acton. Junior from Annapolis, your hometown.
Playing in May, but man, they've been on the doorstep of Final Fours too, and I know what that would mean to him as well.
I would just add this, 21 years later, you could tell how much it meant to him to hear that story and the call from you, because I'm sure you get in the middle of this thing and it's all about wins and losses, and there's so much going on all the time, leading a program that you have to wonder sometimes, okay, how much of an impact am I actually making on these young men? And for him to hear that story from you more than 2 decades later, you could tell mental.
Step into it and shoot. No wasted time, no wasted movement.
13-5. Final seconds of the third. Face-off win. Marquette releases at the end. The save made by Anderson Moore coming off.
He's a Notre Dame transfer from an emerging hotbed in Atlanta, Georgia, that's produced guys like Evan Plunkett for Army. And those are the kind of players and plays you need if you're going to win this championship.
First possession of the fourth goes to Marquette.
Along with guys like Will Foster, 22 in blue.
See if they can get another face-off win here. 43 seconds into the fourth, they get it, but Georgetown with possession here with Wilson Van Buren at the X. Van Buren still with it.
This has been an offensive display in terms of just savviness, Brent. Savviness, kind of like your hair game.
right.
Enhanced hair game.
I don't know if we're talking ahead.
Until it's behind him.
15-6. They came in scoring nearly 12 a game. They're 3 above that, Georgetown.
I mean, to think, Brent, there's a version where if Georgetown were to lose in a championship game, is they put another one on the board here.
This is too easy. They're having fun out there.
Look at the bench going wild.
Going wild. Wilson Van Buren bounced that one to the back of the net. His first of the year, and it's 16-6 Georgetown.
That's a staple of a Kevin Warren program going back to his days when he was an assistant at Maryland. He always gets his bench going, and clearly the boys are happy for their guy. And Van Buren, who's backed up the freshman in Prince, has been effective this season and gets his first G of the year in a Big East semifinal. They're thrilled for him. But my point was, if Georgetown were to lose on Saturday, Army were to lose, there's a chance that they're not getting to the NCAA tournament if they were to lose in the semis or championships. So just think, two teams, obviously you're seeing this one up close and personal, that aren't playing, that clearly have the ability to make a run.
Based on what we've seen today, it'd be fun to see this Hoya team in the NCAA tournament.
Down on second midfield, a backup D-middies, second pole, and if Gtown's going to do this, Kevin Warren has a guy he can lean on.
This time of the X, it's Matthew Riley. They've got depth there as well. Georgetown does. We've seen Prince, we've seen Van Buren, we've seen Riley.
Tough to see much right now.
Tough at the moment. Boy, you timed it right closing that window. I got to be honest.
Set a foundation. I mean, really, it was Jake Richard in his class, and now Grady and what his class has been able to do. They're still building out in Milwaukee.
It's just, we talked about it this week with him. You and I discussed it the first half, the fine line. I mean, if they close out the regular season by losing to a very good Denver team.
Oh!
Big shot. Beat Denver. You're in. Everybody's patting you on the back. Last week, Coach was talking about it, that everyone at the, at the get-together.
British Columbia.
Tough spot to get thrown into. You can see that wind has really picked up here. Riley at the X looking for another face-off win for Georgetown. Oh, 2 players on the deck. Penalty flags come in. He's getting a little bit chippy here late.
Got to be smart here down the stretch, especially if you're Georgetown. No need for anything that could impact the way things go this weekend. They call that a hook and hold in college basketball.
Yes.
The bench and let the walk-ons get their moment. And some of these guys are super talented players that are just having to wait their turn, and now they're getting a turn on a big stage.
Extra man, Georgetown's first one of the day, and they cash in. Marquette just 1 of 4. 19-8. Season high in goals here at 21 is their season.